Welcome to the National Council of Firefighter Credit Unions podcast, where we explore the latest innovations and trends in the credit union industry. I'm your host, Grant Sheehan, CEO, and today we have a very special guest, Murray Halpern, who is here to discuss CU First Responders finance, products, and services, and how they can benefit credit unions. Thank you for joining us, Murray. We're excited to have you here. To start, can you please give us a brief introduction about yourself and your role at CU First Responders Finance?
Sure, Grant. Thanks for inviting me. It's good to be here. I appreciate the council producing these podcasts. They're pretty interesting. I've enjoyed them so far. You know, Grant, I started in the commodity business many years ago. And then when that career ended, I moved to the credit union space in 1991. So it seems like yesterday, but it's a long time watching our industry evolve. Recently, I'm the founder and managing member of CUFR. That's the acronym, CUFR for First Responders Finance. And what we do is we help credit unions grow their commercial and business lending programs through member business lending and commercial real estate referral and loan participation programs, and outsource services like member business lending underwriting, annual reviews, workouts, things of that nature, etc. Our parent company, Biz Lending and Insurance Center, has been servicing credit unions since 2003, long time ago. You might have heard recently we got involved in green energy lending to support energy efficiency products. And through our partnership with Allstate that we're going to discuss today, a turnkey credit union health insurance program is available, and we're pretty excited about it. The total goal for CUFR is to help credit unions grow, whether they have an experienced lending team or not. We're just going to help them get going. Now, CUFR's programs are designed for credit unions to expand their loan offerings, improve credit quality, and better serve their members without the need to hire a full in-house team, Grant.
Well, that really sounds interesting. So I'm really excited to hear about your new venture with Allstate Health Solutions.
Yeah, so are we. Health insurance is such an important field in the United States, and we partnered with Allstate Health Solutions, which is a wholly owned division of Allstate Insurance Company. You might know of Allstate out of the Chicago area. And this is a turnkey program that serves as the credit union's one-stop health insurance marketplace. With it, we have a full lineup, including group benefits, individual and family plans, ancillary coverages like dental, vision, accident, and other health insurance products. It's really another way for credit unions to better serve their members, their communities, and during a time when healthcare decisions have never been more confusing or more critical, it's timely for credit unions to get involved.
Yes, health insurance is such a complicated issue for individuals and businesses. What motivated you to tackle this space through credit unions?
Yeah, it's an interesting question. I thought about that myself, but it goes to a little background. Our business, Biz Lending and Insurance Center, back in 2008 and 2009, we had no business. That was that deep recession. Remember that? So commercial real estate ground to a halt. We downsized dramatically from 50 people down to 2. We were sitting around and literally twirling our thumbs. And an old associate, a colleague of mine who's not with us any longer, said, "Did you hear about this thing called Obamacare?" That's when President Obama was trying to get that passed. And we looked into it, and collectively, we decided to move forward with Obamacare, and we opened up an insurance division. Well, let's fast forward to now. You might agree, and you might know, many Americans are struggling with the higher cost of healthcare and therefore health insurance. I believe personally we're in an existential crisis in this country for the health insurance and healthcare industry. So, for example, Grant, strong forces like medical providers and insurance companies are clashing over costs. The Medical providers want more money from the insurance companies. The insurance companies want to pay them less money. So there is a real confrontation happening all over the United States. I can give you an example right here in South Florida, Broward County, for example. The largest health system is called Broward Health.
Well, let me interject for our listeners. Broward
Sure.
County is located in South Florida, for those of you that are not familiar with it, and it has about 2 million residents.
Thank you, Grant. Yeah, that gives context. It's a huge county, let's face it, right? And it's got everything a huge county has. Poor folks, unemployed people, wealthy people, people that live on the most beautiful part of the world on the ocean. Now, Broward Health, bear with me here if you don't mind, operates 5 major hospitals and 30 healthcare locations. It's a huge organization. The largest health insurance company in the county is Florida Blue, Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now, these two organizations could not come to an agreement on their deal. And as of July this year, just a few weeks ago, their contract ended. So what does that mean for the county and people that live in the county and for Broward Health and their employees? Every Florida Blue member client under 65, whether it's an employer program, Medicare Advantage holder, they cannot get in-network pricing any longer. And it gets even worse. People that have an HMO, if you're familiar with an HMO, you can only go to the doctors in the network. You can't go out of the network. There are no out-of-network benefits. These people are totally out of luck. They have to pay out of pocket or go find new hospitals or go find new doctors. It's a huge problem, an existential problem for our system right now. And the results is more rising costs for members. And this problem isn't going away. And it's going on all over the United States, Grant. So we sat down and thought credit unions remain one of the few most trusted resources in any community. And we believed there was an opportunity for the credit unions to expand their role in the community by by using this program that we went out to Allstate and helped develop to businesses, individuals, families. So we're going to help them make more financial decisions about their health insurance, and we hope can maybe save them money and time.
Well, what sets your offering with Allstate apart from competitors in the market?
Yeah, there's a number of major factors that this brings to the market. First, we wanted a program that could be available all over the country. Now, just imagine the scope of that. Think of how many health insurance carriers are in any particular county or city or state. And now we have 50 states with the same issue. So we realized we only could do this with a large insurance company that had breadth everywhere in the country, and they would only be a large company that could handle the task. So I had a prior relationship with many of the executives at Allstate Health Solutions, the division of Allstate. We talked about this. They really liked the idea of partnering with credit unions. So we sat and started putting this program together, and it's evolved a lot from when we first started planning it almost 2 years ago now. And so, as you know, Allstate is still one of the most trusted names in the health insurance industry. Next, we decided what components would make this beneficial to the credit unions and the community and their members and prospects, and what would make this different from the competitors we have. So, the first thing is we needed to have a robust and state-of-the-art technology. Our company's not in that position, but Allstate is. So, we put together a what we call a plan finder tool that's going to be that'll work in any community where a person or a company or the credit union could go online, find the plans they're interested in, research those plans. They're able to download that information. If they want to enroll, they can enroll online. If they need help from an agent, there's a dedicated 800 phone number for that credit union. The member or the prospect can call that 800 number, talk to a licensed agent in all 50 states, and even enroll if they choose to right then and there. So from a service perspective, we're not aware of any other source in the United States at this point that could provide that level of service. Then from a product point of view, well, Allstate covers with their own product almost every major health insurance category. But this isn't just Allstate plans. This is every single company that's all major company, let me rephrase that, that's offering insurance in any particular market is going to be part of this quoting tool and enrollment capability. So Allstate's brokering all over the country, which to us was unprecedented and we thought was great. And it includes every major health category: Medicare, employer group plans, individual plans, family plans, coverage for people under 65, the affordable health care plans. I don't think that you can find any other program quite like this in the market right now.
Wow. Are there any specific types of credit unions that you feel would probably benefit more from your insurance partnership?
I don't know about more, but there's community credit unions. This might get the most action out of it. Healthcare credit unions, credit unions that are already in the healthcare field. But other than that, this program can work for any credit union, anywhere in the country, Alaska, Hawaii, you name it, it can work anywhere.
So it's a valuable source, going to be a valuable source for nationwide. You know, historically, a lot of credit unions are cautious about adding new programs. What would you say to a credit union that's on the fence about offering this to their members, and why is now a good time for this?
Good question. That's a real good question. Well, the first thing I'd say is get off the fence, but all kidding aside, you think of it from a community perspective, and then I'll back up to answer your question. Right now, business owners are struggling with rising costs of basically everything, but they're really struggling with rising costs of group benefit plans. The cost of those plans are escalating. You might have heard, Grant, that for the 2026 year, the cost of these costs are expected to rise
Rise.
double digit or more. Been all the press recently. And so business owners are saying, how are we going to afford to provide the benefits that we want to give to our employees so we can keep good employees? It's a real problem. So think about it from a credit union perspective. You're a small business credit union in many cases, or even a larger business. You're suffering with the same issues right now. You're looking for guidance, they're looking for guidance, and where better to turn to you, the credit union. So I'd say think of it from your own perspective, and that's why right now is a good chance. This product offering is also a lead into business owners, individuals, families all around your credit union branches, potential source of non-interest income. And it's a great method if you need to get your foot in the large depositor's door, if your charter will allow that. Then the insurance's program, the online plan finder, well, your website's going to have more hits than it would have had normally, as this is going to be a big feature on the SEO market where we're going to be marketing it, or Allstate's going to be marketing it. So every credit union that has the plan finder on their website is going to have traffic coming to their website that they wouldn't have had otherwise. And so I'm saying to the credit union, I know you might be afraid to put new programs on right now, but boy, open enrollment is right around the corner. This is going to be a real crazy time for people looking for help. Uh, Here's an option for you to consider right now with a company the size of Allstate.
Well, what can credit unions expect from the Allstate partnership? What exactly?
Well, yeah, there could be a long answer here for that one, so sit back. Here we go. Well, first, how about having Allstate's name as your business partner? What great name recognition. Everybody. I don't think there's anybody that does not know the name Allstate. And the Allstate benefit teams can start with your credit union as a benefit. If you want, they'll look at your current employee benefit program. They'll give you quotes based on their product and others' products to see if they can save your credit union money right now on your group benefit plans. It's a great starting point. And if the credit union can save some money and still provide great product, why not? It can keep your current group benefit program provider honest, and it can help everybody from there. Next, the program comes with a complete marketing support and guidance from Allstate's team. They have a really wonderful marketing team. We've talked to all of them many times already, and I think you'll find them to be just great to help the credit union provide the right product that's going to be marketed to your community and your members. Now, remember, Allstate needs to approve anything that's got its name on it. Compliance is central to their operation, which aligns closely with credit union standards and endeavors. Now, offering insurance savings to the business community attracts new potential business accounts. If you offer business accounts as a credit union, this is a great way to add new business if you can. But businesses everywhere want to know about health benefits. They want to know where they can save money for their employees. So it's making your credit union in the community an expert source. It also is going to strengthen your relationship with current members by providing more options for them and making them the credit union the go-to place for. Now, prospects and members can sign up automatically through the website that'll be on the credit union site, or they can call the 800 number for live agents assistance in enrollment. Allstate is supporting them 100% of the way.
Wow, it really sounds like a great program. Now,
It is.
how does a typical implementation process look like for a credit union? What kind of support is provided?
Well, the implementation part of this grant is really quite simple. Now, of course, after the agreements are finished, the Allstate implementation team will work directly with the credit union to develop the co-branded insurance plan finder website, which will be linked to the credit union's website, along with the dedicated phone number with customized credit union greetings. So if the credit union chooses, they can instruct the Allstate call center, which, by the way, if I haven't mentioned, is for all 50 states. They're all licensed agents, so we're compliant with each state and the federal government's rules on all this. So the credit union give them what they want to say when they answer the phone with the credit union's name. That 800 number will automatically go into the Allstate's system. It's voice over IP. The credit union's information pops up in the agent's screen. They'll know which credit union, where the credit union's at, the name of their branches. Everything will be there for that Allstate agent to know where that call is coming from. They'll be prepared to personalize that consultation, by the way. Implement online training for the credit union staff about the program features and insurance enrollment process. They'll produce with the credit union co-branded materials for the credit union's marketing plans, the community if you choose, the websites, and it'll happen quickly, up to 30 to 90 days, depending how busy they are, but usually it gets done to 30 and 45 days. Our company, CUFR, we monitor this as it's moving forward to ensure that the implementation goes smoothly. And as I say, it's kind of a corny thing, Grant. And you're in good hands with Allstate.
Yes, 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 that's for sure. Well, how do you gather feedback from credit unions and their members? How does that feedback shape your program?
Yeah, that's a wonderful question also. Well, first, we are, and this is a highly regulated industry. Everything is handled with care and transparency. By the way, all calls are recorded to protect the credit union, the member, the prospect, and Allstate. The website and enrollment platform are fully encrypted and managed by Allstate's technology team to keep everything secure. And they're used. They have a full large department for their tech team. All the Allstate agents are licensed in the states where they operate, and prospects, meaning a member or a prospect that goes online or calls, must sign what's called a consent form required by the government. before any quotes are shared from the Affordable Care Act, ensuring compliance and clarity. Now, the direct answer to your question, Grant, most importantly, every enrollment includes a follow-up questionnaire that goes directly to Allstate. That feedback is tracked, reviewed, and used to improve both the service experience and product offerings. In addition, they monitor the hits to the credit union's website, where those people are going, so they have the ability to reach back to those people from the call center if they opt in to help them with what they're most interested in. So we're always listening and adjusting based on what the members in the credit unions are hearing and what they need.
Boy, Murray, this really sounds like a great program. And I'm sure that our listeners will be in touch with you, reference the new Allstate insurance program. Just out of curiosity, what other credit union industry have you noticed recently, and how do you see your product evolving to meet those changes?
Yeah, there's a lot of trends. This is a good question. I base it, I think there's two major trends, Grant, that seem to really be showing their head, and it's obvious to everybody once I mention them. The first and the biggest one, and boy, everyone's got to get behind this, and it's a difficult one to get behind, is the breakout of new technology, specifically coming through the financial services industry. If you're not on board with the technology, you will be left behind, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So yeah, and that's huge. And second, I think we're seeing, because of the breakout in technology, is more specialization with credit unions offering niche products and services to better service their members and the community. In fact, to me, it seems like there's a QSO for everything nowadays. And the reality is, if there's not, there will be. And so even the mid-sized to smaller credit unions can get on board with the QSOs. There's technology QSOs. There's collection QSOs. You can get on board with what you need to be competitive and stay affordable and make money for your members. I expect these trends to continue, with credit unions will need to collaborate more and more and more to keep up with tech. We believe our program keeps credit unions on trend while giving greater visibility in their local communities. We're relying, just like your credit union is, on collaborating with a company like Allstate, in our case, that has the resources. Now, let's face it, they're a Fortune 100 company, a financially stable partner with cutting-edge technology and service across the U.S. So these partnerships in many different areas, I think, need to be established to meet the new trends.
Well, looking ahead, beyond healthcare, CUFR has other programs. How do you see your other programs evolving over the next few years?
You know, I look back to answer that question just since we've started, how evolved, and we've evolved quite a bit. So CUFR started off just offering referral programs to credit unions for member business lending. And then we evolved into the PPP business. Does everyone remember PPP? And then from there, we evolved into the loan participation programs for not only commercial real estate participations, but for energy efficiency, automobile. And so now participation programs remain strong, and our focus on commercial and real estate member business loans also remains strong, and we can expect those to continue. If I may, for a moment, just look at how technology has evolved for credit unions. We can make energy efficiency loans and forward the sale of those while they're coming in through technology. We can put a $5 million participation out for bid, and everything is handled within minutes and seconds using technology. To me, it's just amazing, and we expect our company to evolve with that. Our focus on green energy lending, it's taken a little backseat because this administration is not as fond of it, but I think the market's pushing forward with it anyways. What I mean is, Look at an automobile dealers. They like electric cars because they're less expensive now to produce. They have less parts to store. There's less service costs or repairs. Everything about them they kind of like. And we need as much energy in this country as we can to get to where we want to go. We need all sorts of energy: fossil fuel, wind, hydro, solar, nuclear. So we expect the green energy lending business to continue and to boom over the next decade and there so.
So, with your programs, credit unions can really stay ahead of the curve.
Yes, we expect them to stay ahead of this curve dramatically. We don't see the curve slowing. There might be some setbacks, but and let's see what else we fall into as we move forward with all of
Oh,
these products.
all right. Let's for credit unions considering your products and services, what advice would you give them? How should they approach adopting this process?
Good question. First, the Allstate program is very inexpensive. It's less than $1,000 to get this thing implemented. So from a pricing structure, it's very inexpensive. Then as an ongoing basis, there is no expenses, there's only potential profits, and there is no employee needs. So from this perspective, this makes it really easy. So the biggest step is just getting started, quite frankly. This is a plug and play solution that doesn't require, like I said, an investment, and it's designed to make it more competitive immediately. We also believe let's look into your 5-year strategic plan, how this can help that plan generate more business and more members and help your members dramatically. And see how this will be a good fit within that 5-year plan. And then every credit has an opportunity to take advantage of the support available through this partnership and others. Remember, we talked about it just a few moments ago. Big changes on its way for technology. We're providing that with this kind of a program. And the credit unions that embrace these companies that provide you this expertise will, I think, find a good path forward. That's why we partnered with Allstate.
Wow, I tell you, this has been a lot of information, and I'm sure that a lot of credit unions will take advantage of it. Let's go over some final thoughts here. Is there anything else you'd like to share with our listeners about CUFR or the benefits of your services?
I would, Grant. Thank you. I'd just like to reiterate again how important I think it is to offer these kinds of service if credit unions want to stay competitive as technology and member expectations keep rising. Think about what we call merchant cash advance or all these third-party fintechs that are stealing your loan business away. And because they can do it online within seconds, here's the money. Thank you very much. We'll withdraw the money from your checking account automatically. You don't have to do nothing. Wow, that's going to even get faster, and the banks are jumping on board with it. Credit unions need to be on board with that. You need to protect your membership by offering things like this Allstate program. Credit unions get a fully set up custom health insurance solution where prospects and members can sign up directly online, making it simple, accessible, and positioning the credit union as an even stronger resource. Now, business owners, I can't stress this again. I've said it earlier. I'm sorry, I'm repeating it. Agents in all 50 states, we can service a business that has multiple employees in multiple states, whether they work in brick and mortar buildings or work from their homes. Think of that as we expand this product. It's available to them right now. Businesses need help with employee benefit programs. We're doing it. So it's a great opportunity to add value, build loyalty, and attract new relationships. Our goal is to help the credit union with programs to keep you in the community moving forward. And I think you'll agree once you dig deeper into this.
Well, listen, Murray, I want to thank you very, very much for sharing your insights today and the expertise on Allstate Insurance and its incredible value to our listeners in the credit union sector. Before we wrap up, can you let our audience know how they can reach you or learn more about your offerings?
I'd be happy to. And Grant, I want to thank you again for inviting us. We're excited about this. We're pretty easy to get a hold of. My phone number is 561 393 3770. That's right to our office. If you want to go online, you can go to financeresponders.com, or you can email me at info@financeresponders.com. Thanks, Grant.
Well, again,
Thank you,
Murray,
everybody.
thank you very much. And this information will be a part of the presentation. I'd like to thank you again for joining us, and thanks to our listeners for tuning into this episode of the National Council of Firefighter Credit Unions podcast. Be sure to subscribe to catch all of our upcoming episodes. Until the next time, keep thriving in the credit union industry and be safe.